It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Sears Hometown Store, locally owned and operated right here in Mountain Home.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It's Friday, March 27th, 2020. It's 7 a.m. And David Ethredge just
Ladies
walked
and
in.
gentlemen, David Ethredge.
Get some coffee, David. Good
He's
morning
in
and
the
welcome to
house.
Down on the Corner. We're back live. No reruns today.
Yes, sir.
You know, letting some coronavirus, making everybody happy with the CV stuff.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We couldn't let you in here if you felt a little under the weather. No way.
Yeah, got the garage cleaned, the yard mowed. Here comes the allergies. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to Down on the Corner program. Scooter made coffee.
If you can still see the bottom of the cup, it's probably not coffee.
It's Kool-Aid,
No.
maybe. What do you think?
Just muddy water.
Yeah, muddy water. I have to teach him how to make coffee. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to Down on the Corner program, brought to you by your hometown Sears store at 1029 Highway 62 East of Mountain Home, 425-3191. Bob, tell us about Sears.
Lawn and garden sale till tomorrow. Today and
nice.
tomorrow. Up to 25% off goodies.
Whoa, tell us more. 25%.
That's all I know. Up to 25% off on
25%
stuff.
plus
stuff.
Like weed eaters, push mowers, tractors.
As far as I know, yeah.
Wow.
I haven't been able to go by there the last couple of days, so I really don't know.
Wow. Hey, check out all the great values at your hometown Sears store, 1029 Highway 62 East. Home appliances, home entertainment, perhaps even a barbecue grill or two. They've got lawn equipment, lawn care equipment, tools, you name it, they've got it at Sears, your hometown Sears store. And right now it's especially important about shopping local.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Wow. Need to visit your hometown Sears store. Great values on great products. They got the Kenmore appliances and other name brands. And so, tell us more. Just about being local. I mean, this is pretty cool.
You can buy Craftsman tools from Lowe's. Don't try to take one back to Lowe's.
Nope.
You buy one at the Sears store. Take
It's
it
under
back.
warranty. Craftsman tools.
It's got
Been
that
that way
lifetime warranty. Preventive
over 100
maintenance
years.
plans, the appliance plans, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, $175 a year. You can do just one, or you can do all 5. Washers, dryers, dishwashers, refrigerators, stove. You can do preventive maintenance
else?
plans
TV?
on push
Yep.
mowers, lawn tractors, zero turns.
You have to stop. You ran out of fingers.
I did. I know I pull off my shoes, but can't stand the smell. The difference between Sears today and Sears 5 years ago is the work is done local, nothing sent off,
Yeah.
That's good.
which is a big deal.
That's
Yeah.
good.
It is a big deal.
And so that location of Sears.
Orscheln's parking lot to the right-hand side behind Wendy's in front of Sherman-Williams.
Yep. And lunchtime's a good time to go to Sears. Downwind of Wendy's.
Smells good.
Seriously, check out your hometown Sears store, 1029 Highway 62 East, 425-3191. You cannot beat Sears, I tell you what. And especially being hometown, home-owned, it's just a local merchant that has top name brands available without having to go to the big box stores.
Yes, sir.
Exactly
Yeah.
right.
Love Sears, good Sears people. Can't beat it. So be sure to check out your hometown Sears store. And hey, by the way, go see David over at Ultimate Ford. You got some good deals?
Yes, sir.
What you got?
Well, like
Uh-oh.
the 2019 F-150s, you can get up to $8,300 off, plus 0% for 75 months and deferred payment for 3 months. So that's real good.
Not bad.
Everybody ought to finance a car for 75 months.
That's the norm now. 72
Oh, my
months.
gosh.
And the reason why it's 75 months is you defer the first 3 months. So you can do 0% for 72 months and not defer it. So, but yeah. And there's other vehicles on the lot that have 0% for 84 months. But it's 0%, Bob. You're not paying any interest. So it doesn't matter. You could do it 10 years.
Making money. There you go. Yeah.
As long as you're not paying any interest, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check out all the good deals at Ultimate Ford. Go see David Stroud today. He'll be out there all day long.
Yes, sir.
All right. There you
Off
go.
tomorrow?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Right now, I'm going to work.
It could be there
Hours are
tomorrow.
the same.
Well, you had a Saturday off a couple of weeks ago and it rained. And I'm just wondering if you're going to be off tomorrow, because if you are, it's probably going to rain.
Yeah. Probably. No, I'll probably work.
There you
There's
go.
nothing else to do.
Stop by, see David at Ultimate Ford today.
Thanks.
And we're enjoying.
It's Brewed Awakening.
Scooter made the coffee today. We were giving him a hard time. I could see the bottom of the cup.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're enjoying Brewed Awakening coffee. 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, but of course that's restricted right now. And then we've got the 2 drive-throughs, one at Bomber Boulevard and one at 62 East Plaza out by Anytime Fitness. The best coffee in town is Brewed Awakening. Be sure to check them out and go through the drive-throughs today and enjoy the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water.
Yes,
The
sir.
staff do a great job at all 3 locations. What's traffic like out at hospital? Have you heard?
Slowed down big
yeah.
time. They're not letting anybody in under 18 now.
Really?
So, yeah, even if you,
Leaves me out.
unless
I can't go in.
it's dire,
Yeah.
and then they'll let somebody in. But yeah.
Wow.
But Carla says that the staff is real supportive of them, and I mean the tips have gone up.
Good.
Because of what's going on.
Yes, tip well.
The tips
Tip
have
well.
gone up.
Even when you
So-
go to one of the local restaurants for a carry-out.
I was just going to say
There's
that,
somebody
yeah.
I saw on TV where I think it was in Springfield, watching the news yesterday at noon or 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Anyway, somebody tipped the staff $43,
Yeah.
and that goes
Yeah.
a long way.
Oh, yeah.
It really does, because your waitresses rely on those
Yeah.
tips.
Well, we all ordered. Well, there were 7 of us that ordered from Arena yesterday because they had a deal going, and they delivered. And so, it was all it's $6.99 for a burger and fries, and we all gave $10.
Good,
So, yeah.
good, that's good.
So
Tip well.
they only lost 18 cents a person for tax.
And so, Brewed Awakening Coffee, 3 locations to serve you. You can tip the folks well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes, 29 in the state of Arkansas to serve you, 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. Right here, talk to Bruce, Brad, Charlotte, Chris. Anybody there can help you. Can't say enough good things about Roller Funeral Home and how well they handle each situation. Tough job. Somebody's got to do it, and they do it very well. When they say with all our respect, they do it. They don't just say it. And so, with all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes, it's just, wow.
Yes, sir.
They come through for you.
Yeah.
And after the passing of somebody you love, you just, what do I do? Let them handle it. Let them handle
That's
it.
what they're there for.
That's what they're there for.
Exactly.
And better yet, pre-plan and handle it yourself. Right?
Put it all in writing, write the check, you're done. When the time comes, the loved ones are not involved with having to make those decisions at a crucial time in their lives, and so that's just how it is. So, Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring you morning prayer each and every day. Let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, how about yesterday's weather? Wow, thank you. What a beautiful day. Lord, in spite of the virus issue, we still need to be thankful for your blessings, and yesterday's weather was a true blessing. To be able to enjoy the sunlight, to do yard work, and just be outside in the warm weather was so good, and I thank you. And Lord, now I ask again to heal our country from this virus. We're tired of it. We want to get back to normal. I pray for your wisdom be given to our elected leaders on getting help and supplies where needed. Lord, please stop the virus. It's my prayer today. Amen. Amen. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes. Wow, he's good. Al Hurt.
Al Hurt.
Al
It
Hurt.
hurt Al. No, Al Hurt.
Winston Marsalis, Doc Severinsen, I can't determine. Maybe Buddy Hackett.
Who was that? It was
Charlie
Al
Taylor.
Hurt and the Tijuana Brass?
No, Herb
No.
Albert.
Herb Albert. There we go.
Herb Albert. Adam Ricketts.
And the Tijuana Brass.
A taste of honey.
Whatever.
He has no idea what we're talking about.
No.
Morning weather.
We left him in the dust once again.
I moved on. Century 21's logo's up. I'm waiting to show
Morning
the
weather
river.
brought to you by the ZT. Bob and Linda's Adora for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. RetireToArkansas.net. And that is where we find the live shot of the beautiful White River. Camera is in Marion County. You're looking into Baxter County, Arkansas, the nice little city of Cotter, Arkansas. And beautiful sunrise coming up there. A little bit of clouds right there, but
David, you see any fishermen out here today?
nothing yet, is there?
Not yet. They will.
There you go.
Oh, they will.
Social distancing.
Boats 6 feet apart up there, huh? The 62-412 bridge on the left side of the screen, and of course you see the river come around Cotter, Arkansas. You see the little baseball park, the railroad museum out there at Cotter Springs area. And that view is brought to you by the Z-Team. You can go to retiredarkansas.net, look for the live webcam, bring that up on your own device, and there's a camera icon. You can click pictures throughout the day. Whether it's a sunshiny day or a stormy day, you get pictures of the lightning and the storms coming across, and we got the tornado or the funnel cloud the other day, that rainfall cloud. And anyway.
That's beautiful shot.
RetireToArkansas.net. Bob and Linda Zador, the award-winning Z-Team, they need some listings. So if you're thinking about selling, call the Z-Team at 870-405-0793. And they can get you set up, whether it's Arkansas or Missouri. I mean, from Marshall to Mountain View, Arkansas to Mountain View, Missouri, Gainesville, Zanoni, Winona, all across the state, Highway 60, 160, it doesn't matter, Highway 5. The team is ready to serve you today. So give them a call at 870-405-0793, RetireToArkansas.net. Morning weather brought to you by the Z-Team. Right now, 65 degrees in Mountain Home. Harrison still warm at 72. Batesville at 70. 65 in Salem. 65 at Calico Rock and Flippin. But it's 55 at Marshall. 65 in West Plains, Missouri. St. Louis at 58. Poplar Bluff at 59. 65 in Springfield. While it's 28 in Watford City, North Dakota. Not bad.
It's going to stay cold up there, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit cool for swimming pools today. They'll warm up 5 degrees. Scattered shower activity throughout the United States right now. Of course, Seattle and Portland, Oregon getting their usual morning shower at 7 o'clock in the morning. Scattered showers around Las Vegas, Tijuana, Mexico, Los Angeles, California, Phoenix, Arizona, Albuquerque, New Mexico, all the way down into Mexico there. A little bit in New Mexico, Texas, and Oklahoma, where the 3 states come together. Southeast Colorado. Just light to moderate showers throughout the region. Heavier showers right now from Springfield, Illinois to Indianapolis, Indiana. And then in the southwest portion of Ohio. Scattered showers in the southeast, but nothing really significant right now. In Arkansas right now, all the highways are clear. 62, 412 east and west. Highway 65 north and south. Little Rock, Branson, Little Rock, Batesville, Poplar Bluff, 67, 167 at the highway split. In good shape, your interstates, I should say, 30, 40, 49, 55, 555, and 530 in Arkansas. No problems there. State of Missouri, I-44, I-70, I-55, all looking good. I-49 and then 35 north of Kansas City. East St. Louis, Illinois, east on I-64 in good shape, but we found a little culprit here around I-57 and I-70, just kind of north of I-70. I'm going to zoom in on Illinois a little bit and see where we're at here. I think we'll bring up just barely north and northwest Effingham. It's just riding just a little bit north of I-70 once you get to Effingham, Illinois. Then once you get into Terre Haute, Indiana on I-70, then you're getting in the rain showers there. But southern Illinois in pretty good shape right now. And rain-free down around Paducah, Kentucky, I-24 to I-57 there. Well, let's take a look and see what's going on. No watches or warnings for Arkansas. Red flag warning in West Texas. Some fog in Kansas. Some flood watch boxes South Dakota and southwest Minnesota, northwest Iowa, and the middle part of Nebraska. Forecast for today, 20% chance of showers, high of 81 degrees, 20% chance tonight of thunder showers, 50% on Saturday. Tomorrow we're looking at 76 degrees, a low of 47. Sunny on Sunday, high of 69, 46 the low. Then we have more thunderstorms coming through Monday night and Tuesday from a 40 to an 80 back to a 50% chance. And let's see. Yes, I'm coughing. Here's why. Yesterday, 11.7 on the allergy count. Today is a 10.3, maple, juniper, and elm. Tomorrow's prediction is 11.7 with more high allergens. And so the coughing and hacking, it's not the coronavirus, it's allergies.
Good to know.
Swept the garage floor, stirred up the dust.
Thanks for sharing.
Oh, goodness. And so they won't find the allergies on the highways, but everything in Arkansas is clear. And we'll check Missouri Department of Transportation, all the flood watch boxes along Highway 142. And some of the state highways have gone away. We do have one right here, which is Missouri 95 northbound and southbound due to flooding. That should subside if there's no rain showers coming through pretty soon. And let's see, we have a coronavirus update. This is worldwide. Worldwide, there's 549,220 cases, 24,866 deaths, but 128,637 have recovered. So to put that in perspective, of the 549,000, 153,500 have been closed. There's 395,717 active cases, which 95% are in mild condition, 5%, which is 21,000, in serious or critical condition. So while these numbers aren't good, they're not bad. They're not, it's just, how can you say it? You've got some good and bad in these numbers. It's getting better. But, with 500,000 people worldwide, this is not in the United States, it's worldwide. Mm-hmm. For the United States, there's 85,749 total cases with 1,300 deaths and 314 new cases in this country.
Yeah.
And so total deaths per 1 million population in the United States right now is 4. So 4 out of 1 million is what our death toll is due to the coronavirus. So keep praying that things get better. More good news, oil prices, $22.66 a barrel. That's not bad. Would you say $1.40 something down around Cranfield?
$1.48 at Cranfield Road.
Yeah.
$1.19 yesterday in Leslie.
$1.19 at Leslie Division. Wow, my goodness, that's good. No community calendar until after everything's lifted with the coronavirus. We'll get back to activities, whether they're scheduled. We don't know if they're canceled, postponed, or what, so we're holding off on community calendar until. Yeah.
The senior center is still doing meals.
Yeah, I got
drive around.
Yeah, give some
Around the backside, you can pick up a meal there. Whatever fees they charge you,
Yeah.
and they are still doing Meals on Wheels program. People
Yes.
people think that has stopped. It has not.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. 7:17. David Ethredge is our guest, prosecuting attorney, 14th Judicial District. Stick around. Be right back.
Did you know when you shop at Sears Hometown Stores, you are supporting your local community? That's right. Your local Sears Hometown Store is locally owned and operated by one of your neighbors. Their store offers the best of what Sears has to offer with the top brands and appliances, tools, and lawn and garden. They also offer great financing options that work no matter what you need. Remember to stop by your local Sears Hometown Store today and support a local member of your community.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora of the Z-Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn & Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn & Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area. Experience the best in Mexican dining. Letty's in Gassville. Open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday till 3 on Sunday with delicious breakfast served all day. Enjoy an authentic Mexican lunch or dinner. 99-cent tacos on Thursday. Seniors 10% discount every day. And don't forget to try their new, fresh, never frozen premium steaks. And keep it piping hot with the table grill. No time? Give Letty's a call today to have your order to go waiting for you. Experience the best in Mexican dining. Letty's in Gassville. At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
7:20, and our guest today is David Ethredge, prosecuting attorney of 14th Judicial District. Welcome back, sir. Good to see you.
Good morning. Thank you.
How you been?
It's been good.
You been busy?
Yes. Even in all this, what we do doesn't stop.
Nothing stops crime, does it?
It does not.
And it'll
You
probably
ever
get worse before it gets better.
I would suspect you're correct.
Probably. You ever feel like you're spinning your wheels in the mud?
Yeah, you do some days, but then you understand that if you don't, then it's like your finger in the dike. You pull your finger out, bad things are really going to happen. So you keep doing it.
What can you share with us and what's going on some of the court dockets without getting into the stuff you can't talk about?
Well, what we've had to do, just because of the situation, which is there are certain things as prosecutors we have to do no matter what's going on, and we have to arraign people. People have to be before a magistrate for what's called an 8.1 hearing. We still have things that have to take place, and what we've been doing, in fact, we'll do it this morning electronically, is we do it electronically, used by a GoToMeeting program, basically, where the judge is on one laptop, prosecutors on a laptop, the jail's on another laptop, court reporters on a laptop, public defenders on a laptop. So that's what we've been doing right now. There are other things we can do that, as long as they're not contested, we think we can continue to operate. It's just after a while we're going to have to figure out some different options, but that's where we are right now.
Okay, let's get back to basics for people that don't. We've heard the prosecuting attorney all of our life. It would just take for granted that we assume we know what that is. Somebody gets arrested, they get booked into Baxter County, then you have to file those charges. Tell us step by step exactly what the prosecuting attorney does.
Well, on the criminal side, when law enforcement goes and they encounter someone who's broken the law, at least they believe that, and the term we use is they have probable cause to believe that's happened. They have two options. They can arrest that person then, or they can bring that information or affidavit to us and let us look at it and make a decision of whether or not a crime has taken place. There are lots of things they do where they do not come to us first. They've seen the crime take place, they know what's going on, and so they go ahead and arrest the person. They then present to the prosecutor an affidavit which they say, here are the facts, here's what's taken place. They swear to that affidavit. Then the prosecutors, either myself or one of my deputies, looks at that and says, under Arkansas law, we believe a crime has taken place, we're going to charge that person. There are times when we say, well, yeah, we know that it appears that, but it was not a crime based on what we see, and so we're not going to file charges, but that's how the process begins.
So the biggest factor right now in Baxter County is drugs?
I would say drugs drives the majority of the crime that takes place in Baxter County and across my judicial district, and that's probably across the state of Arkansas, is whether that is people buying drugs, using drugs, or people are doing other illegal activities to try to obtain the funds to buy those drugs. And so that's what drives so much of it.
How big is your judicial district?
I do 4 counties. I have Baxter, Boone, Marion, and Newton, which I tell people the square miles is bigger than the state of Delaware. And that 4 counties would be Yellville, Harrison, Jasper, and Mountain Home.
Keeps you busy.
It does keep you busy. You know how long it takes you to get to Jasper and to Harrison and Yellville.
Yeah. So if you could alleviate, say, 40% of the drug problem, what would that do to your office and the amount of things you file?
Oh, I think it would reduce if we reduce the drug problem by 40%, the number of cases we file would probably go down at least by half.
You know, I'll tell this story again. I've told it probably a million times, but years ago when I worked at Harold's Auto Parts, the guy came in and for a gallon of battery acid in a case of carburetor cleaner. And carburetor cleaner, I mean, is just, David, there were devices called carburetors in the day. I mean, this stuff, it'll take the paint off that clock, you know.
Yep.
And we used to have the 4-barrel carburetor spray that, and they'd just
Melt
come
that
out
clock.
clean as a whistle, you know. And battery acid, I thought, no, why on earth would he need battery? Because there's not a car battery yet that I know of where you have to fill it with acid and pre-charge it before you sell it, because they all come in wet. Now they're moving to the gel-style battery. And one of the DEA officers came in, and I asked him that question. He said, meth lab. A couple days later, they busted it down on 201 South. Why on earth would anybody want that stuff in their system, David?
Well, it's interesting, you know, today we rarely see a lab. I mean, I can think of the last one that we encountered, it was very, I'll use the term primitive, was recently, but we don't see labs. The methamphetamine that we're having contact with today comes from Mexico. We know, we track it, we see how it gets here, we know the process. It's phenomenally pure. it's not the methamphetamine that you're talking about, that what we all thought of, and I would say 10 to 15 years ago, was made in a lab by some folks who had gone on the internet and found a formula, and they thought, this is a great idea, we're going to make some meth. I can't understand why, like you, why would you want to put it in your system? But today what we're getting is this very high-grade methamphetamine being manufactured in labs in Mexico, coming across the border into our country. And the downside of it is, because it is very, very pure, the quantities are greater they have access to, and that has created a much different environment for us on the methamphetamine prosecution side.
So if we get the wall finished, is that going to slow it down, you think?
Oh, I think, people who look at the wall from a different perspective don't understand that the need for the wall is very important. Will it stop all the methamphetamine and the other drugs coming in? Because the fentanyl that is made in China that comes into our country is normally coming through Mexico also. It's still going to get here to a point, but it will be limited. We'll be able to, if you can make the term that they use as choke points, where we know at least where it's coming, we can monitor, do a better job with that. When it can just come across the desert in the middle of nowhere in Texas or Arizona or New Mexico, that's very difficult. And so a structure of some type that blocks people from getting in with it is critical. And that has nothing to do with immigration. That's purely about protecting our people.
So you get fentanyl from China. What about the co-fentanyl? Is that coming in from China as well?
It's being made there too also.
How on earth do you get it from China to that's a long trip to paddle a boat. Doesn't there a red flag somewhere say that could be fentanyl on that boat?
Well,
or they fly it in?
You would think so, but listen, people who smuggle drugs are very, very smart. These are business people in a weird, different way.
Yeah.
They know that there's an opportunity to make lots of money with the risk, and the people who are manufacturing and getting it here aren't the ones taking the risk. It's people who don't know what they're transporting sometimes, or people who do know what they're transporting being paid a sum to be a mule, which is someone who transports it. And we see that. But you ask about that from China a long way. I saw the other day some statistics about the number of Chinese nationals that have been stopped trying to cross the border in the United States on our southern border. Those people were probably not coming here for a good purpose.
Unbelievable. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
And this is in northern Arkansas where this is coming in. It affects us right here.
Well, let me, and I'll share this with you.
Yeah.
It's been about a year ago now. I have a drug task force that works for me, and they're officers who, that's all they do, or do drug interdiction operations, trying to stop the flow of drugs. That involves the 4 counties. It involves law enforcement across the 4 counties. They all work together, and that's the whole idea behind it. My people with the federal government seized over in the edge of Boone County, in Carroll County, 142 pounds of methamphetamine that had come in liquid, was being processed back into a powder form to be sold in this area. So that's a lot of methamphetamine. That's a great thing. We're glad you got it. I am too. I'm glad we took 142 pounds of methamphetamine. The problem is that's what we got. We don't know what else got here.
Yeah, what slipped?
Yeah, what slipped? Did we stop those people? Yes. Had those people been put in prison? Yes. Did we seize everything we could to try to take away their tools to make that happen? Yes. But the amount of cash and methamphetamine that you think about that were involved in that, and that process, that arrest took months to develop. And so that's the situation you get into, because the amount of money to be made on methamphetamine is phenomenal.
Wow, unbelievable. I can't imagine being.
And in the great scope of things, that 100 plus pounds that you did get may not represent 5% of what actually is
absolutely
involved.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable. And this is not Los Angeles, or this is not Las Vegas. This is Mountain Home, and it affects us here.
Absolutely.
Here's another thing that affects us here that a lot of people don't think exists here is sex trafficking.
Absolutely.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I know David and his group deal with that too.
Well, I was told several years ago that Branson's a hot spot, Tulsa's a hot spot,
yes.
And when the Super Bowl was played in Meadowlands, New Jersey, in the aftermath, there was like 26 arrests in Little Rock connected to human sex trafficking based on the Super Bowl, and that's the biggest draw for that issue.
Absolutely.
And so that's a sad state of affairs when you got drugs and using girls like that. It's ridiculous, You know, I wanted to show you this. You've seen this before when you were here. And I want to remind folks, this is just a standard, looks like a highlighter, you know, but kids can buy this stuff. And it was part of a program called Hidden in Plain View. You know, it looks like a standard highlighter, but you pull the base out and there's your meth pipe. Right?
Absolutely.
You know.
So you want to know how it gets here? Right there.
Hidden, yeah.
Hidden.
They had chapstick, lipstick, water bottles, shave cream. They had a computer mouse.
Yes.
And the mouse looks just like this, but the top of it slides off. They have a scale built in. You put your razor blade, put whatever powder they're trying to do. Then you can raise the mouse up, and it had a place where it just kind of funnels the stuff into the bag, and you put the top back on the mouse. You can never tell it was used for drugs.
Dale, what does everybody carry today? Everybody carries
cell phone.
a cell phone.
Okay, let me show you.
All they have to do is turn on and off at the airport. You can pack all kinds of, and you can put a lot of stuff in a dummy phone that'll just turn on and off the screen.
And talking about, you know, David was talking about, or somebody brought up the human sex trafficking issue. Let me see if I can find this real quick. There's a, this looks like a standard calculator. You can't see it on my phone, but put in your code. I don't remember how to do it, but it's a hidden file.
Right.
And this is where the human sex trafficking issues, and they showed us this, and you can, if you don't know the code to get in it, parents, there could be revealing photos of your children and or people that are sending back. So this is one of the dangers we've got to be aware of.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable. Coming up on 7:32, time for a quick break. More with prosecuting attorney David Ethredge right after this.
I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about
7:34, we're visiting with David Ethredge of he's a 14th Judicial District prosecuting attorney. I asked you this last time we were here. If you were going to write a book, would it be funny or serious or both?
Oh,
Sure, you got to get a chuckle out of some of this somewhere.
Oh, you do, you know, and yeah, it would be. I think it'd be both, because there's just things that humans do, and that you're just amazed that they're that incredibly stupid when they're committing crimes. You're amazed the things they will do to their bodies while committing crimes. And that's, there would be both in there.
You know, when the governor was here, and we got to talk about the jail population and the overcrowding, and I asked Governor Hutchinson, I said, has there been a psychological study or mental evaluation on the criminal mind? I'm not saying any one person in particular, but several studies on people that break into houses. Why on earth would you want to steal a television? There's nothing on to watch. I mean, who?
Dale, let's bring it a little closer. Night before last, somebody breaks into the storage container at Sears.
Okay.
They steal a 200-gallon diesel tank, storage tank, empty, pull it out of there, and take off. An hour later, they come back and clean up their mess and lock the storage container back. It's all on film. How much sense does that make?
He's a neat criminal.
Did he get the fingerprints cleaned up?
Well, they have some stuff.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. They're just crazy.
Well, Ashley Reynolds runs this on, you just run it on Channel 3. If you buy a new TV or blah, 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 don't put the box out in the trash. What am I going to do? Hang it on the wall? Well, it tells the criminal you bought a new TV. If he wants it that bad, he can have the black. I mean, but I don't get it, David. I don't get it. I can drive through any neighborhood in Mountain Home and not one time, I wonder if they have diamonds. I wonder if they got emerald. I wonder if they got a new TV. Why? I don't get it. I don't get it.
There's a lot of questions in that. And I think part of it is the environment that people have been raised and exposed to, that for years, and I hate to use this term, here's what we think is normal. And unfortunately, we've had children and families raised in environments today that have exposed them to items and issues that were never seen 30 years ago. And there's so much about that. Unfortunately, one of the worst things that happens from all this drug issue that goes on are the victims, and the victims are children who have been exposed to things they shouldn't be exposed to. They're spouses who've been exposed to things they shouldn't be exposed to. And because of that environment, what we see now, we're seeing generational things that are products of that. And I think that's one of the big differences.
Okay, are we reaping the benefits of the Woodstock generation of 1969?
No. Well, I don't
free
think
sex, free drugs.
I don't think it's that. I think it is a shift in what moral standards of what right and wrong was. And
what about the breakdown of the family unit?
I think it's a great part of that. Yeah, is that a perfect answer? No, but there's a lot of protection in that family unit.
Somewhere we've stopped holding people accountable for their actions.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that was in the 70s to mid 70s.
Oh, guys, I remember.
We'd rather instead of parents being parents, they want to be your friend, and instead of holding a child accountable for their actions, then David gets to handle it now.
And I saw this saying not long ago that says, parents who fail to hold their children accountable today will be paying for their child's lawyer in the future. And,
well, yeah.
And there's a lot of truth to that. We had a situation not long ago in court. I don't know if he was still here, Scooter was still here or not when that went on, but where a guy was arguing with Judge Webb about having the authority to put him in jail for not appearing for court.
Scooter, come out here.
And the idea that this young man wasn't 22 years old.
Let's repeat that, David. Scooter just came in.
Were you in court the day that the young man was arguing with Judge Webb about having the authority to put him in jail?
Yeah.
Yes. And
he was arguing with a judge.
Arguing with a judge. He had the young.
He's on the bench.
Judge is on the bench. Young man is appearing because he was set for trial during that next week's trial period. Had failed to meet with his attorney, and so Judge Webb is saying, "Look, I'm holding you in contempt. I'm going to place you in jail for not doing what I ordered you to do." And the young man just continued to argue with the judge, and none of us would have done that, regardless, just because we would not have. This young man had no understanding of the person who was sitting on that bench controlled his life.
Judge Webb's wearing his robe. He has gavelled in. The court is in session. The bailiff is in position.
Absolutely.
And he's arguing with a judge?
Absolutely.
Oh, my, come on.
But you got to look, it was the kid's
Get on the camera. Get on camera. Come
He's
on.
coming. He's coming.
Okay, for explanation, Scooter is the one that films the local court show.
And here's the thing, you got to understand, and this is what I think Ethredge was getting at, is this kid didn't understand where the lines are. He didn't understand that authority figure on that other side. No, he hasn't been taught any discipline when it came to that side of it. Or, to him, he's responsible for himself, and he's arguing to that judge, and you don't have the right to do this, you don't have the right to do that, not realizing that his actions, that's the judge's job, is to make sure that you are responsible for what you do.
Lost the fact that when Associate Justice Sean Womack was sworn in you were probably there at the swearing in. That's quite the ceremony.
Absolutely.
Judge Bailey. I was there for that swearing in. I went to the Supreme Court. I was honored to be invited to the Supreme Court swearing in when Chief Justice John Dan Kemp was there and Judge Womack. That's quite. You have ultimate respect to these judges, and he didn't understand that.
There was no understanding by that young man the authority that was being held by the man behind the robe. And Judge Webb, in his typical he's compassionate, he is patient with people, and long-suffering is probably a great term, but did everything he could to get that young man to understand that. And finally, he had to explain to him that I don't care what you say, I'm not going to have this conversation. You're going to jail. And we see that frequently.
Oh, yeah.
You will see people who've been arrested in jail, and they want to have a conversation with Judge Webb that's not yes sir or no sir, or Judge Putnam, either one. And again, that's a lack of understanding of the roles that people have in society.
Even when Chief Justice Kemp and Associate Justice Womack come into the program, it's your honor.
Absolutely.
And they're not even in the rope.
Sure.
But I think in public, and I know Associate Justice Womack for 30 years.
Absolutely. I practiced law with him when he was just a lawyer, and I get it, but in that role, they are the judge, and you have to respect that. But again, we've done a poor job in society, and I'm not blaming anybody, but of making sure people understand there are people who have to be given respect. There are situations where when you walk into a courtroom, you need to understand you're not in charge. And that filters back out to lots of things. It's back to your question, why would people break into someone's house? Because they don't see anything wrong with it. I want that, you've got it, I'm going to take it. Or I need drugs, I'm going to break into your home, and we're going to do whatever's necessary. And what has happened from that, I don't mean to go down this road. What has happened from that is you asked the question about how much does drugs drive. Drugs drive so many things not just in Mountain Home, Baxter County, my judicial district, but the need, and I want to have it. I will do anything I can to get it, and there is no moral compass behind that. They don't care what it takes to get it, and that's why we see
the moral compass.
Yeah,
the two magic words.
And so we see that, and that's the battle we're fighting, and it's why that we've had to get a lot more aggressive with people who are breaking into people's homes, because I know if you break in anybody around this table's home, that bad things are going to happen. I know the potential is, especially in our locality, that someone in the home may have a gun and they may shoot someone, and I don't want to see some adult who's now has to carry the rest of their life, I shot somebody. Or some adult who's been shot or injured because someone broke into their house. So we're having to take extra steps on how those people get prosecuted to ensure they don't get an opportunity to do it again.
The sad part, you look at when your family or moral compass starts breaking down, and the family unit, we've seen the change over the years and everything, and you got people that are committing these crimes and not even realizing how bad that is. They're going into court saying, I don't understand, Judge, why I can't just get a signature bond and go home. And they truly do not understand. They don't understand why this is such a big deal. I broke into these homes, I did this, I did that, but they're not understanding it. There's no responsibility on them. They're like, it wasn't that big of a deal. It's fine. Just sign your thing, let me go home. It's like, it don't work that way. You broke the law.
You know, I remember I did grade school in St. Clair County, Illinois. We had a fantastic school district. Back in them days, the teacher says, if I have to tell you again, I'm going to swat your bottom. I mean, even in first grade, I mean, you know, it's like cap, you know. But back then you had, you know, swat on the butt. I remember first day of school, 5th grade. We'd been in school all 45 minutes. In a matter of minutes, we were whack, you know. That teacher set the guidelines.
Right.
In other words, this is what you're going to do in my classroom. I don't care if it's the first 45 minutes of the excuse me, of the year. You're going to abide by my rules.
I always thought that was just a wake-up call.
Is this experience speaking?
I'm telling you. But we never had those problems out of my kids, I promise you that.
Learn by doing.
Or my kids' friends.
That's right. Any problem.
Let me ask you this, David. With all the coronavirus stuff going on and the early release of the nonviolent criminals, who makes that call? On our level, Baxter County, who would make that call?
The way it is designed to operate is once someone is put into the Baxter County Jail, and I'm using Baxter County for this example, the sheriff has the authority to determine how that jail operates and who's supposed to be there. There are some limitations on that, of course, but as a whole, that's what happens. Sheriff Montgomery is great about calling me and saying, hey, I've got these people or I've got this person. Here's the issue. Do you have an issue with me allowing this person to be given an OR, their own recognizance bond, or is there a reason we shouldn't do that? The same thing happened in Boone County last week, when they were trying to look at their numbers. We went down the list and saw who was in there, who were the people that were there, why were they there, were these people that could potentially be allowed to get out or be released on some type of a different manner, and made some decisions. And the way we handled it there was we looked at the people who were finishing up a probation revocation. They may have been on a 60-day revocation. They've been there for 50 days. That was somebody who was easy. We had some other people who were nonviolent. We were concerned would they show back up, so they were placed on an ankle monitor so we can monitor where they are. But that's how we're looking at it. It's an extraordinary time. I've told people we do not want to think this is going to be the way we operate because it's not good. I have some real problems, and I'm by the Arkansas Constitution, I'm the chief law enforcement officer in this judicial district, and that's an odd thing. I decide who gets charged with what crimes, no matter what it is.
So now the next level up would be is it Rutledge's office or the Attorney General?
No.
No.
And I want to say this the right way. I respect greatly what the Office of the Attorney General does. The Office of the Attorney General cannot file any criminal charges in the state of Arkansas.
Really?
They have no charging authority. That's not what their obligation or role is in state.
So who's your next?
I'm it.
Wow.
Tippy top, baby.
There you go.
Well, and
there he is.
Yeah, I don't want that to sound different than what it is. That's the way the Constitution of the state of Arkansas is designed.
Well, I think it's a good thing because, that's.
And so, the decision of whether someone gets charged rests within my office. The Attorney General has no authority over that decision-making process.
Oh. Okay, 748 more with Prosecuting Attorney David Ethredge right after this.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
Driftwood Lanes. Fun happens here.
At MSI, they're not just another trash service. They're your friendly, family-owned and operated trash service, providing residential, commercial, and roll-off pickup. MSI offers competitive rates and services 5 counties in the north central Arkansas area. Various dumpster sizes available for commercial and accommodating you with weekly pickup for your convenience. Call Tammy or Kathy today at MSI. MSI Trash Service, small enough to know you and large enough to service you.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrubs stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands, including Carhartt, Vera Bradley, Urbane, and Grey's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Skechers, Nursemates, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractables, compression socks, paramedic BDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, and minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
Did you?
$7:51, talking with David Ethredge, prosecuting attorney, 14th Judicial District. 2 more topics we need to cover in about 9 minutes. Domestic violence in Baxter County in your district, 14th.
Domestic violence is a problem. Domestic violence is difficult to handle because you have so many victims who are in a situation that they can't escape, or at least they believe they can't escape. I say to them that they can't escape. There are resources in our community. We've got great resources in our community to help people escape domestic violence, but it's a product of, back to what we've talked about before, drugs. People use drugs and do terrible things. As a result, I will say this, women more than men are involved in domestic violence. Victims. Children are the most easily abused. Someone's using drugs, they get angry, they do things to children. We've prosecuted here in our county more than I want to recently of small children who've been harmed as a result of methamphetamine. And so that's always a concern to us, and it grows. I encourage any person who's part of domestic violence, who've been harmed. I have victim witness coordinators who work for me who are great to help them. We'd love to hook them up in the right directions and get them some help to get them out of those situations.
The chain has to be broke.
It has to be broke.
Well, Dad, I saw my dad hit my mom, so it's okay for me to hit my girlfriend. No, it's not.
No, it's not. I mean, like, really? Have you ever just wanted to take these guys by the shirt and just, what is wrong with you? I mean, of course, you probably never see the guys, but you know.
We do see them, and that's the frustrating thing for us in prosecuting. Again, is someone who has been a victim, who we've had to send law enforcement out numerous times to try to help them, and we eventually it rises to a level we have to prosecute them. And then that person is in court saying, please make this go away. I want to go back with him. You know, I have children with him, or he was my sole supporter. And I understand their fears, but the fear of being harmed is greater.
You had a question on another topic, Ron.
I was just curious about, with the coronavirus thing going on and everything running short supply, what is price gouging? Is there a penalty for it?
Yes, Arkansas has a price gouging statute that is very well written and set out. It says basically if someone charges more than 10% above the price of that item pre the emergency, then they can be charged with price gouging. So an idea, if someone was charging $1 for hand sanitizer and now they're charging $5, they're price gouging. There are civil penalties. They can be brought in, and I believe it's up to $10,000 they can be charged for doing that. We're probably not going to incarcerate someone for that, but there are significant civil penalties that can be invoked under Arkansas law, and my office would bring those. If someone brought those to us, and I would encourage someone, if they believe that's happening, to contact law enforcement, let law enforcement know that, so they can go and investigate it, and if we found the case, we'd certainly charge it. And I will say, it's been my experience in our communities, we have good merchants. That's not what they're trying to do. Is there going to be some bad folks out there? Yes, but we've got a lot of good people who are trying to do the right thing, and I always hate to see someone who's trying to do the wrong thing profit.
If they show that their supplier is charging them X instead of Y, and then of course they have to turn around and change their pricing, does that play into it? How does that work?
We have the ability to actually charge the supplier.
You can follow the supply chain.
We can go up the wholesale side. We can go up the wholesale aisle. If that person is now gouging and doing it, we can go after that person, the supplier.
Well, that's good to know. I'm sure a lot of people don't know that.
Tell us something we don't know. Something that we've
overlooked. Here we go.
Oh boy, I think I would say to you that there are, and I talk about this frequently. Scooter hears me say this sometimes. We are fortunate we have very good law enforcement in our communities.
Oh yeah.
We are fortunate that law enforcement does an outstanding job trying to do the right thing. Are they going to be successful 100% of the time? Absolutely not. But they're out there all the time, and they come in contact with some of the worst people on the planet on a regular basis, whether it's they're having to go out and see. I've got 2 cases right now involving juvenile homicides where juveniles have killed people. Those are terrible things for law enforcement to experience, but our people do a great job with it.
You say juvenile, the crime was committed by juveniles?
By juveniles, yes. And so we face those battles, but law enforcement do a great job. I will tell people that they need to know that my office tries to do the right thing. We're not going to be successful 100% of the time. People want to know, why don't you prosecute, do this to this person? And sometimes we just can't. We don't have the facts to do it. Because at the end of the day, to make this system work, we have to make sure that we're prosecuting people who've committed crimes, but we're doing it in an ethical manner so we don't hurt the system. We want people to have trust in us.
So your evidence has to be solid.
It has to be solid before we can do the right things.
Bob, you got another?
I don't.
No. Been an interesting conversation, and going back, we got 3 minutes here. Domestic violence in this area is rampant, and the drug issue. I'm speechless with some of this stuff. The meth and the drugs and the fentanyl. Jamie Leach comes in occasionally from First Step, and she said if you put a penny down here, put fentanyl in Lincoln's ear, that's a fatal dose.
Absolutely.
And people play with it every day.
All the time. And I need to. One of the things we have done in our community, and I say we, with the tremendous assistance of Baxter Regional Medical Center, is all of our law enforcement have Narcan kits with them.
Yeah.
And I will say across the 14th Judicial District, every county and city officer who've asked for them have them. And the reason they have them is because Baxter Regional stepped up the plate and provided them to everybody across that my 4-county district.
Wow.
I get some credit for that, but I don't deserve the credit. It needs to go to Baxter Regional being so good about making that happen.
And you think, we're in Mountain Home, we're in Cotter, we're in Gassville, we're in Henderson, life's a dream, everything's good. But behind the black curtain, this is what's going on.
Absolutely. But we want to keep it behind the black curtain.
Yeah.
And it's not new.
No, it's not. No.
It's been this way, and it's this way in a lot more places. It's been this way since the 70s. The drug has just changed.
Absolutely.
In the 70s, it was marijuana, some cocaine. Today, it's meth, and
when I was growing up
big.
in Southern Illinois, it was LSD and heroin in the St. Louis area. I guess, we could come up out of New Orleans on a boat on the Mississippi River because we're 13 miles from Mississippi River.
Sure, and back then there were no avenues of check, no check
points.
points.
That's true.
And heroin's coming back.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Is that what's the basis comes out of Afghanistan?
Opium poppies.
Yeah.
Well, and we're seeing it come back in to fill in the void left by the Oxycontins being removed from the system.
He's got brick marks on his head from hitting his head on a brick wall. David, thank you for being here. It's quite an honor to have you here. It's always good to hear from you. And I hope everybody has a good weekend. Pray that the virus comes to an end.
They say the warm weather will help, so we'll see how it does.
Absolutely. Have a great weekend, everybody. David, thanks again for being here.
My pleasure.
See you Monday.